Alright, everything looks like it's up and running, so we are about ready to go. The question is, though, what am I doing? I should probably go do this, because I assume me teleporting out fucked it up.
Hey.
Thanks for helping me out there. I owe you one. Here, this is for you. Might be more where that came from if you play your cards right.
Where are you heading?
Well, most people, after spending 200 years counting the grains of sand in a cell, would go crazy. But really, it was a pretty cheap price to pay for eternal youth. It's been so long, though, and so much has changed. You seem like you can handle yourself pretty well. For the moment, I'll keep tagging along with you if that's alright. I've also got something personal I could use your help with. When you're ready, let me know.
I'm all the way over here for that. I don't want to talk to her right now. Get that off the screen. Oh. Damn it. Whatever. Ooh. Oh my god. So, I tested New Vegas, made sure I have all my mods and everything working. And, like I said before, it loads immediately. This shit takes forever in Fallout 4.
Ah, you're back. Good news. I figured out how to access the artifact's telekinesis effect. I've hooked it up to this old laser rifle. There's no way to control
put
it
that gun
without
down
direct neural input. For better or worse, all of
The
that was
golden
destroyed when my
eagle.
father died. But you still have a rather powerful directed force. Here, see what you think.
You made a neat gun. Thanks.
I hope you find some use for it. As for myself, I don't know. Maybe I'll finally travel to the southwest. My father was always convinced that there was another alien city buried somewhere in the Mojave Desert.
Here, there it is. What is this? Just like... It's a gamma gun. Okay, now, next thing. Sure, what is this? It's nothing long. Not even like a little bit. Tornado? Maybe not. Wonder if I can get this to work. Usually bugs out a lot.
This place is more a museum.
But I would like to get it done. Just to get it out of there, because all it is just listening to dialogue. But it will be good to hear the storyteller's voice again. It's been a long time.
Good neighbor. Lowest place in the Commonwealth. Everything not nailed down rolls through here at some point.
Yeah, even the Minutemen, apparently.
General?
Yeah?
Huh? Huh? Yeah? Yeah?
You actually have a name. You all do.
I wonder if the
My
janitor
gun's
at the
the same,
hotel
too.
here is still pretending to sweep the floor.
I heard you walked that freedom trail. What, you some kind of, what do they call it? History buff?
You could say that.
Looks like we got another freak just...
The bitch just called me a freak. It wasn't very nice.
I heard about your signal intercept.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Now that you found the Institute, I hope you do the right thing.
Put that on a loop until further notice, Edna. Let me know when you have that gizmo recording, Edna. I want this message to be clear. Boost the gain a touch.
You know what's funny? Now that the railroad don't like me,
Attention,
Beacons
all
There's
something I don't see
wastelanders,
every day.
vault dwellers, and Brotherhood operatives,
Hey, let me ask you
and
something.
any other freelance operatives in the Commonwealth looking to earn a generous sum in caps.
hold on, Nick.
Come to the Memory Den and Good Neighbor to join the exclusive beta test for what will be the most immersive electronic entertainment experience since Grognak the Barbarian versus the Elder Trolls. My associate, Dr. Amari, assures me the beta test is both exciting and, well, within acceptable safety standards. That's the Memory Den and Good Neighbor. Raiders, chem fiends, and persons with severe cranial mutations need not apply.
Finally, he just fucking appeared there.
Sure, ask away.
It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Huh. You're a tougher nut than I thought. Tougher than I was. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point. And folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at the time, they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Broken mask?
This was long before I'd moved to town, but apparently some gentleman type shows up in Diamond City, heads down to Power Noodles. Guess he didn't like the food because he pulled his pistol and opened fire on the folks enjoying theirs. When security finally put enough holes in him to drop him, they say he was full of servos and sprockets, just like yours truly. Seems he malfunctioned, went berserk. It was the first time people realized that synths had stopped looking like me and started looking like them. Considering what these folks went through, I felt real lucky they let me in the front gate at all.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd, known for an evening. Turns out the guy was part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing, just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero, offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
Was it hard settling in?
Yeah, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so happy to do it, it was months before I started charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the Synth, but it was Nick the Detective folks came to see. It was about then that things finally started feeling normal. It took me a long time to realize that home is where you make it. With some time and effort, this place can be home for you, too. That's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving?
Yeah, let's.
Doc, I think we have our first beta tester. I had hoped you'd be the first one to try this. Me and the doc have everything set up for you.
Where's Edna?
Are you all right? No headaches, heart murmurs, or muscle tremors?
None that I can tell.
Nice to see places like this still exist.
Amari says this modified lounger will work like any other memory den experience. You just lie down, and the machine will bring you into my magnum opus. It's a simulation of someone's memories, rather than being directly pulled from a live brain. It's a little buggy. Like this one glitch where Sergeant Plattner keeps getting pronounced Planter. Dr. Amari suggests it's something to do with the hollow buffers. But between you and me, I think she just spelled it wrong during initial data entries. But you'll be able to move
That's
around
probably what it
inside
was.
the sim, and even interact a bit. Are you ready to begin?
I'm ready.
Just lie down in the memory pod. The doctor will start it up for you.
Well, hope to God this works properly.
Initiating brainwave migration between the program and the host. Connection
Good
established.
Neighbor. What kind of lame-ass name is that? Are they sponsored?
What lame-ass name is that?
Hello, can you hear me? Excellent. The simulation appears to be working, just as Dr. Amari said it would. The following occurred in the months leading up to the Great War over 200 years ago, when the fear of nuclear annihilation was growing ever more prominent. You'll be witness to the origins of the Brotherhood of Steel and how Captain Roger Maxson, ancestor of Arthur Maxson, came to be its founder and first High Elder. See if you can find the first event node I've set up for you. Should be just ahead.
Okay. Okay. So stay the fuck out of the way. Got it.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Another batch of prisoners so soon? I could have swore we were at capacity already.
Commie sympathizers, probably. Or worse, deserters.
Why don't you ask them?
Decorum, Sergeant. These prisoners are under our protection. Besides, Alan, you might have gone AWOL too without that tin can to protect you.
Oh, what, this old thing? My Uncle Sam gave it to me. You hear that, comrade? Made in America.
You hear that, comrade? Made in America.
The men serving under Roger Maxson likely fought alongside him during the Resource Wars. Needless to say, they would have harbored no love for the communist Chinese or those who sympathize with them. Roger Maxson was second in charge of a security team assigned to guard Mariposa. The Codex doesn't explicitly tell us what year Roger was born. We can assume he must have been about 27 years old at the time, given the median age of captains serving in the U.S. Army before the Great War.
You're not supposed to see me. This is a simulation.
Many in the Brotherhood
memory.
of Steel can trace their ancestry back to the military grunts serving at Mariposa. In this, they take great pride.
Is that it? Do I move on?
Construction on California's newest military base began in October 2076. Someone high up in Washington must have had a reason for speeding things up, because it was completed no more than a few months later.
Okay. At least it's working. Because it used to not work.
Would test subject 119 please step forward? That one.
Your cooperation is requested. Do not be alarmed.
Or do.
Sergeant Planner,
Captain Maxson, sir.
got a new group of prisoners coming in. Any room?
Yes, sir. Plenty of space for them.
You're at the end of a double shift, right?
Everyone would rather be at the front gate, and the other guys just don't like playing prison guard, sir.
Who did you relieve last night, Sergeant?
That would be Lieutenant Santangelo, sir.
As you were. And Planner? Radio me when they bring that prisoner back out.
Yes, sir.
These days in the wasteland, law and order is a precious thing, never taken for granted. When in tamer lands like the NCR, the Legion, and the Brotherhood's capital wastes, laws only apply within the major settlements. But before the war, the government enforced the law on every inch of American soil. Some crimes were punished with only a brief stay in a cell like this. But people who were disloyal to their country during a time of war were punished harshly. The lucky ones got to die of old age in prison. Others had more gruesome and immediate fates.
Gruesome and immediate fates, huh?
And you were on guard duty last night?
Am I in trouble, sir? Colonel authorized me to take today off to work on the new suit. I thought maybe I could...
You're not in trouble, Lieutenant.
Phew, that's a relief.
Can you tell me if any of the scientists sent any prisoners back up to holding last night?
No, Captain. I don't think that happens anymore.
Ever?
I mean, I've never seen a prisoner come back up the lift. Well, then again, there was this one time the elevator broke and I fixed it in a valiant display of heroism. Other than that, though, no. The underground Einsteins must have a lot of space down there.
Could you do me a favor, Lieutenant?
Captain?
I want you to ask the other guards about the last time they saw a prisoner leave the lower blocks. Could you do that for me?
Yes, sir.
Good. I'll check in with you later.
They're doing experiments on prisoners. What a surprise.
Permission to speak freely, sir.
Denied, Captain. I know what you're gonna ask, and I can't tell you any more than I already have. The less we ask, the less we leak out to the Chinese. Now, do you have any questions I can answer, Roger?
We keep bringing new prisoners onto the base, but the commissary says we aren't using any more food than we did a month ago. By my count, we should have been feeding 100 more mouths for the last month. Should I notify the...
You're clever, Maxon. I'll give you that. You should consider getting into politics, son. America loves a war hero. Ah. You know, those patriotic prisoners have volunteered to aid the defense of the United States in exchange for a reduced sentence. Given what's happening around Beijing, I'd say they're the lucky ones.
Colonel, we don't know what's happening below. But don't you think we could all be held responsible if...
Don't make me pull rank, son. If I knew anything, I couldn't tell you. So do ask, but don't investigate. You and the rest of your Alaskan band of brothers have one job. To keep your eyes fixed on that front gate. Lady Liberty wants us at the ready.
Yes, sir.
We few. We happy few.
Okay.
The nature of what they were protecting was a closely guarded secret. But today, we know the truth all too well.
I don't think it liked that I started drinking.
Damn it, Dr. Shellman. This is the 5th time we've changed the sedative and they keep waking up. We need to rule out stress as a factor.
Oh my god.
The Forced Evolutionary Virus, or FEV, was Mariposa's dark secret. Its effects can still be felt across the wasteland today.
Sir, Sergeant Planter is missing.
What?
Private Jensen went to relieve him from guard duty in the holding cells this morning. He wasn't there.
And the prisoners?
Secured. Sergeant Planter must be in the lower blocks, sir. With the scientists.
What? The lower blocks are completely off limits. What makes you think he'd be there?
We have this base locked down tighter than Fort Knox. He's got to be in the only place we don't have eyes.
Calling Dr. Anderson. This is Colonel Spindell. Dr. Anderson, this is Colonel Spindell. Please report. Dr. Von Felden, Dr. Anderson, this is Colonel Spindell. Report.
Sir, allow me to...
Captain, I want this base on lockdown until further notice. No personnel enters or leaves without my direct authorization. Do you understand?
Sir, I...
Dismissed, Captain.
She got serious.
We don't need to pussyfoot around this, Captain.
We did rule out every other possibility.
It's been 4 hours! Look, I get it. Those eggheads in the lower blocks don't like to socialize, but this is fucking ridiculous. We haven't heard a damn thing!
Yeah, but the orders are orders. The Colonel...
Our brother is missing from what's supposed to be a secured military base. Captain, I don't understand why we aren't going apeshit right now.
The Colonel's acting commander. However, the ultimate authority does lie with Washington. Their standing orders are to keep unauthorized personnel out of the lower blocks, so I suppose you could make the argument that...
Sergeant Allen. Quietly gather a few good men and meet me in the holding cells. Corporal Lyons, you go with him.
Yes, sir.
And Allen, bring Uncle Sam's tin can with you.
Yes, sir.
Tin can.
What's the meaning of this? Get out of here this instant!
Remain calm. This is military business.
Someone get the Colonel down here immediately. How did you get past the photonic resonance barriers? Who's the commanding officer here?
Captain Roger Maxon. Doctor, I believe one of our men might have stumbled into this part of the base. I'm here to retrieve him for punitive action. Then we'll be on our way.
Our work is classified beyond your pay grade, Captain. You do know you could be court-martialed just for looking at it.
For looking at what, exactly?
That's irrelevant. You're interfering with the security of the homeland, Captain.
Right now, you're interfering with the security of this base, Doctor, which is my responsibility. Now step aside and let us do our jobs.
What the fuck?
No, don't let me be in your way. Can't go any further back.
Holy shit.
Doctor, where is the sergeant?
You goddamn motherless.
No, don't stop now. It was doing so well. Yay.
Stand
Murder.
down, soldier.
Aw.
We bring this to the Colonel immediately. Caramillo, go to the holding area and consolidate the surviving prisoners into half the cells. Alan, escort these men to the empty cells.
I can only imagine what was running through the minds of Maxon and his men when they discovered what they had been guarding. Maxon must have thought Anderson and the other scientists had gone rogue. An unauthorized experiment by mad scientists straight out of a horror show.
Hi, Roger Maxon. Captain, serial number 072389 have started this log because it
Don't
doesn't
look at
look
me.
good for any of us. And I'd like for people to know what really happened here. All hell broke loose when we finally discovered what those scientist bastards were up to. The Colonel has locked himself in his office. Seems to be having some sort of breakdown. The men are screaming for blood. They're looking to me for answers. I'm not sure what to do. Someone has to do something, though, before this place sinks into an anarchistic bloodbath. Every time we get a report from higher up, things get worse here. The war is going in a very bad direction, and this place is about to go into full mutiny with all the chaos that entails. I stopped one of the men from executing a scientist today and demanded that we interrogate them to find out what their orders were.
For the last time, Captain, I know what you saw, but believe me when I say it's not what you think. We could all be brought up on charges of treason if I say more. Does that not bother you? Fine. Let me put it to you this way, Captain. We're working to save the human species. That green goo, as you call it, allows us to seize control of our fate. We can control evolution, direct it to save ourselves in this war. Imagine a world without fear of biological weapons. An American race whose potential is not hampered by flaws, but enhanced by them.
If that's true, then why not have a taste of your own medicine, Doctor? Maybe you'll be enhanced.
No, don't open that.
Why not? It's a cure. If it works, I'll make a toast to your good health and take a shot myself.
It's been unpredictable. We need to eliminate variables until we understand the effects better. Any one of the test subjects could be the key. We'll understand more after we...
After trial and error. With a couple hundred human lives. American lives.
These test subjects. They're suspected fifth columnists. Deserters. Conscientious objectors. Surely you, of all people, can see the debt they owe to men like you. Men who served.
Sure. No sense in letting them serve their time peacefully when they can act as empty chambers in your game of genetic Russian roulette. Who knew about this?
The entire research team, of course. I didn't deceive any.
My men. Who knew?
None of them, of course. We had strict protocols to prevent...
Our superiors. Which of them knew?
This project goes straight up to Washington. The president! I was following orders, just like you. I'm a soldier in a sense. A military man. Liar! If I die, you and your men will be... Please stop! Those eggheads got high on their own power and went rogue. I know it, you know it, everyone on this goddamn base knows it. And they've made us complicit.
If I may, I heard everything, Captain. Anderson was scared for his life. I believe what he said. As crazy as it sounds.
Captain Maxon.
Report.
Sir, we have a situation on level 3.
On my way.
How about we tossed you into that goo and watch you squirm? Our orders come from Washington. Bullshit. We have to put him down or else the brass will think we're in on it. He's right.
Put him down!
You're all blind. You think you'll win this war with your guns, but Washington knows it'll only be won with science. We are...
They definitely got hit in the chest. I seen it. That was head parts just there.
I was only following orders. The excuse used by scientists for their experiments. The solace of Mariposa guards. It was the only thing they could use to defend themselves in the court of their own conscience. No other court would prosecute them.
I tell myself it was to keep him from causing a full mutiny among the men. But I'm not so sure.
Okay. This is a lot longer than I remember it being.
Sir, I need you to come out here. I've done things that contradict protocols for dealing with suspected war criminals. You have to relieve me of my post to show the men that there's still some kind of order here. Washington hasn't said anything, sir. I don't think the brass can spare a general to come down here and clean up this mess. Robert, please say something. Sir, we're gonna knock down the door. If you can hear me, please stand back.
Roger. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. Just fucking blind me like that.
By killing the egghead, I seem to have confirmed my position as leader of the men. They follow me without question now. The interrogations invariably end up being executions. Shellman held out the longest.
No. We want the whole truth. At what point did you and your colleagues go rogue and decide to play mad scientist?
Let me ask you something. Do you think the new plague was a natural occurrence? Countless American civilians died because of that virus. It was Chinese biological warfare.
And how does that differ from the suffering you created with that man-made virus down in the vats?
In that we're saving the many by sacrificing the few. Do you think we relish our work, Captain? Most of my colleagues have been working on a cure for the new plague for 20 years and had nothing to show for it. That's 2 decades of pestilence. Thousands dead because of their failure. Our failure. The Black Death lasted half that time, you know. So, if we can't cure Chinese diseases, then the only recourse is to make ourselves immune to them. That is what the government asked for us to do, and that's what we did. What you call the green goo is our salvation.
No honorable government would sanction this.
You honestly think you're serving an honorable government? There's no honorable government in war, Captain. Our government decided to sacrifice a few deserters to stop a nationwide epidemic. How different is that from ordering a division of fine young men to die? I'm not proud of what I've done, Captain. If given the chance, I would do it again. Not because it's right, but because it's rightfully necessary. Our government is waging a war without precedent, a war for our very existence. They send you boys to fight and die to save our home. Well, they ask us to fight an invisible war, so that you have a home to come back to. If we refuse...
It's as if we killed them ourselves.
Captain.
I'm sorry, Dr. Shellman.
Me too.
The Great War lasted a matter of hours, but it was the culmination of decades of conflict. Before the bombs fell, there were the Sino-American War, lasting 11 long years, the European Civil War, and the wars in the Middle East. The Resource Wars lasted a generation, which witnessed endless conflict using ever more refined weapons, armor, and robots. A generation praying for a place in the vaults, just waiting for the end. A generation that lost hope.
Generation that lost hope.
Are we ready to breach?
Yes, sir.
It's the last part of the base we haven't cracked yet, Captain.
So, this is a good news, bad news situation. I managed to hack the terminal, but, well, it likely alerted the scientists inside.
Look alive, everyone. The goal is to extract Sergeant Planter without injury. Lieutenant, on my mark. Breach in 5, 4, 3, 2...
Oh my god. He's alive!
No! Oh, I hit the wall and it activated the next area.
Sergeant Planter's going to be fine.
We've been incommunicado for days now, Sergeant. Nobody's calling. Nobody's coming. Even black sites must report to someone.
You don't suppose they're planning to come and tie up loose ends?
At least we'd have some answers then. I think I know how to force a response from Washington. But first... Sergeant, I want you to take the transport to housing. Have everyone pack the necessities and move inside the base. Tell them whatever you want, but I want all of our families inside by nightfall.
Jesus, Captain. Are you...
The reality is we have absolutely no idea how this will play out, so I don't want them caught in the crossfire, or used as a bargaining chip. For now, we take a defensible position until we have a clear path forward. And in the meantime, if anyone asks, this is just a routine drill. Makes me sick involving our families in all this.
We know they're already involved, Captain. The men will stand behind your decision.
The civilians stationed at the base included Maxon's own wife and their son. He had no idea that he was creating a dynasty that would last for centuries. Nowadays, we can brew our own booze, but most connoisseurs claim that the pre-war stuff is far superior to wasteland tub moonshine, and far less addictive than Jet. A man like Colonel Spindell probably wasted these expensive spirits trying to dull his pain and make himself forget the terrible secrets of the FEV project.
This is Captain Roger Maxon, serial number 072389. I am the acting commander of the Mariposa military base in Central California. As soldiers, we swore to defend this country from all enemies, foreign and domestic. Let it be known that oath has been honorably upheld by the brothers here at Mariposa. We've pressed for a response from Washington, but have heard nothing. At this time, we are assuming the worst. Due to violations of the Constitution of the United States by the federal government and dishonorable conduct of its representatives, I hereby declare our relationship with the federal government dissolved at this time. This will remain in effect until contact is reestablished and certain assurances are made. Let it be known that we are acting in what we believe to be the best interest of Homeland Security.
happened? Nothing. Something bad is coming down.
And something bad did come. On October 23rd, 2077, the Great War began and ended. The apocalypse. Humanity pushed back centuries as the slate was wiped clean by nuclear fire. Some places were spared in the conflagration. Mariposa was one of them.
I can't believe those bastards finally did it. Damn them all to hell. It seems inconceivable we weren't targeted.
The Mariposa military base was a black site that just entered service in January that year. Passed over in the initial strike, the men and women of the security team suddenly found themselves the heavily armed heirs of a brave new world.
Heavily armed heirs of a brave new world. Well, that's not ominous.
Sergeant Planter volunteered to go outside today to take specific readings on the atmosphere. It seems the radiation hasn't spread this far. Since he was wearing his power armor, there was no threat to him from radiation. But if he had been exposed, he would have had to be exiled. We don't have adequate decontamination facilities here. I convinced the men we should bury the scientists. I don't know why. Perhaps it was to ease my conscience. I finally started to believe their stories. The last one was dying. My God. What have I become? I've recruited civilians to do jobs my soldiers are too busy to bother with. Many of them are skilled craftsmen. I'm having them take what they need from the base. We can't leave more than a few automated defenses and force fields. Some of the kids are smart enough to train up as engineers for future use, like my son. I hope I'm not being one of those overly optimistic army dads when I say he has a gift for tuning laser weapons. Not a bad shot either.
Not a bad shot either.
The VATS make me uneasy. I'll have to hope the automated defenses can scare off interlopers until China's next volley of missiles wipes this place off the map for good. This base belongs under a pile of rubble.
Maxon and his followers left the horrors of Mariposa behind and traded them for the horrors of the wasteland. Little did they know that the people responsible for the FEV were still very much alive. Fate would have it that they would cross paths again, but that is a story for another day.
Brothers and
He
sisters.
said it. He said the line.
Those of us who served at Mariposa learned something that should never be forgotten. We witnessed firsthand the recklessness man embodies when his science is allowed to outpace his morals. Those who called themselves our leaders checked their ethics at the door and let fear decide our future. Never again. The Great War has taught us that if we are to survive, mankind must learn restraint. Let future generations know that the penalty for not heeding this warning is an endless cycle of war. A man once said that the object of war is not to die for your country, but to make the other bastard die for his. It's a powerful sentiment, but it's not one I subscribe to. I think a great soldier is one who prays for peace, because it is the soldier who must bear the deepest wounds and scars of war. Dear brothers, I am sick and tired of war. Its glory is fiction. Its consequences, irreversible. War is only for those who have never fired a shot or heard the groans and bloodied screams of the dying. Our brotherhood might have been born in Alaska, but it became a man at Mariposa.
Oh my god, I made it all the way through.
After Maxon left the base, it was torn apart by mutants. Then the Vault Dwellers set off a nuclear warhead inside the place. But Maxon did record his thoughts at the time. I also have access to his armor and sidearm that you saw in there. Neuroanalytics from the armor and genetic memory from blood samples on the gun helped me reconstruct the rest of it. As you saw, the Brotherhood was quite different at the start.
Well, talk to me, not the Valkyrie.
That was truly something.
The Brotherhood you see here in the Commonwealth is just one of our chapters, and Arthur was just one of many elders with the name Maxon. Although the West Coast chapter adheres to Maxon's ideals more closely than the East Coast. I hope you get a chance to see what California and the Mojave are like someday.
The Brotherhood's learned from the mistakes of the past and offers us our best chance at a real future.
At least now you have a greater understanding of Roger Maxon. You may even know him better than some of the people in the Brotherhood. I have something else to share. I mentioned that I got some DNA from Maxon's sidearm and his power armor. Truth is, I borrowed them from the Brotherhood. I don't think the Quartermaster knew what they are. Must have thought they were just obsolete tech for the scrap bin. But I noticed that you have a knack for wearing power armor.
Oh, do I?
And I think that you can appreciate the significance of Maxon's suit. It may not be a state-of-the-art T-60 like all the kids are wearing these days, but some of the old models are a bit more versatile. I'd rather see it with you than gathering dust in a Brotherhood storage locker.
Thanks. The Brotherhood experience. It is up here. T-49 gear.
Now this is more like
I can barely tell us apart.
Oh yeah. He said a gun too. Is there not actually a gun? Probably not. Oh well.
I'll give you 50 caps if you can.
I
moonwalk
heard about
back.
your signal interceptor.
Yep, alright, that's that. Check on Gremlin. Where's my...
Now that you found the Institute, I hope you do the right thing.
Hey there.
Okay, guess that's that.
Are you alright?
Stop talking to me. Why don't I have any markers?
No headaches, heart murmurs, or muscle tremors?
About now. There we go. That's dumb. That they wouldn't show up until they went outside. Pretty sure I just heard synth spawn. Did I hear correctly?
up. Chems don't go out of
It's
fashion.
hard getting used to the quiet.
Maybe not.
Shit hasn't been this slow since Jesus was a corporal. But I
What?
guess that's true.
Gremlin, where are you? Oh my god, the frames.
Are there still any bowling alleys around? There used to be a good one over in Back Bay.
Hey there.
Hey, hi. Have you got a minute? I just wanted to thank you for all your help. You might not get it, but those old guns are pretty amazing. I think I came up with something pretty great. Bet it could fry all sorts of nasties. I don't really have the free space to build it, though, and it'd need a whole lot of power to fire it, even if I did. Anyway, just wanted to say thank you again, so thanks.
Okay. I really thought she was gonna have more than that. The slog.
Let's got a few? You've been good to me, giving me a place to sleep, and I don't like asking for favors, but I don't know who else to ask. Everyone calls me lucky because of what happened years ago, on account of me saving Diamond City from a dirty bomb and surviving like this. Truth is, I owe my luck to the charm I carried with me that day, but it's missing. If you happen to run across it, I'd appreciate getting it back.
Of course.
Of course. Anything you need.
Gotta say, it's good to work for someone who cares. Feels like the old days. Could have sworn I lost it in Good Neighbor. I looked everywhere except for some warehouses. Used to crash there until the Triggermen took over. And no need to go out of your way, but if you find it in one of those warehouses, let me know. Just be careful. The Trigger men are trigger happy.
I'm not surprised by that.
I'll keep an eye out, but no promises.
Gosh, thanks. I'll be here, working my tail off. Not literally. Ghouls don't actually have tails. Some people ask.
Some people ask. Back to Good Neighbor, I suppose. I really don't like long-ass loading times. Really is the biggest downside of modding Fallout 4. Oh. It's gonna probably go bad if I had to be stealthy.
Yes.
Not exactly my thing. You were so loud dying, Chief.
Take a high. You can still run. Found you, knucklehead!
Heads up.
Right in the asshole.
Someone's got a beat on us.
You're in for it now.
Do you up?
Rained on over here. Getting along.
Remind me not to make you angry.
Throwing knives are so cool. no idea who that was. I was completely invisible the whole time. Diamond City? That is what that said, right? Alright, there it goes. Into the market.
Heard there was some trouble over at that Vault 81. Something about a quarantine?
I must be seeing things. I swear to God, somebody was sitting on that bench when I walked by. I am seeing shit.
Hope you didn't run into any trouble getting there. The bridge across the river. Super mutants using it as an ambush.
Terminal? Well, this isn't helpful. Oh, there it goes. How far away is this now? Not very happy over at Grey Garden. I didn't know robots cared. I will be right back.
Let's do this.
Yes, let's. The chair. Back to the slog. The problem is, I'm at the point where I've gone to a lot of places, so fast traveling is just the easiest and the best. There's not really any more exploring, except for like the lower end of the map, and a little more of the Diamond Sea, Jesus Christ, Glowing Sea. I would say Diamond City.
Stick to the road. You got a better chance.
Hey, friend. Is that it? You found it? Oh boy, it's my lucky day. Things will really turn around for me now.
Works for me. Good luck.
Hold on. There's something I want you to have. This is from my time with Diamond City Security. It's not much, but they never let me down. Just like you. It's why I want you to have it. Least I can do to say thanks. Let's see now.
Oh. All right.
Tighten this.
Didn't I already give you it? How are you still working on it? Now I need to go over to Sunshine Tidings. Because there is a settler here that has a quest.
We need enough beds for everyone, or it'll become a problem further down the line.
Yeah, Audra, I know. You should have enough beds. Hello, Carne Asada.
Hola. Carne asada.
What's this all about?
I provide chems for medical purposes. Long story short, some raiders got wind of this and took my stash. Looking for a little help, hermano. You fetch them for me, I'll be paying you for your time and your bullets.
I'm in. Let's do this.
Great! I'll pay you on return, and this will be a great thing for the both of us, you'll see. Let's get this in your Pip-Boy and get it done.
Huh? Don't write me in.
There used to be
Alright, Carne Asada, where is your stash?
a fun escape room
Somewhere
downtown
I've already
next to
been. What a
Boston Rock.
surprise.
End of the line. Hell yeah.
Is it?
Idiots incoming!
Ow, ow, ow.
Stupid robot, what can we do?
No. This thing's fun. I like having it all gone.
What? This is fucking crazy. Playing games with me, huh?
What you got left
No way
in?
is this worth it.
Fucking hide from me? You're dead. Lights out for you.
Underestimate us again.
It never should have happened in the first place. There's just someone in here.
Had to play hero, huh?
Yep.
it your way.
Bothering anybody now.
Back to Carne. Fucking spider car? What is that?
And the conquering hero returns! How'd it go, hermano? Ready to get paid?
Yep.
I was glad to help out.
I'm glad you helped too, huh? Here's your pay, and let's do this again sometime, huh?
You can stay here. Only 200 caps.
A wise man once said,
You not have enough bets here?
is in the eye of the
You
beholder.
have bets.
Always happy to.
Next quest. We'll do the old time religion. Finish that. Swim out the middle of the fucking ocean. Whoa. At least this way I can also get Spectacle Island at the same time.
Just what I ordered.
That's all. There we go. The Spectacle Island. What? It's on here. Card.
Excellent.
A Western card. Spectacle Island. Hit that at 5 again. Hello, good man. So I know you can fix these houses, but I can't do that yet. I forgot that I have to actually unlock the area. Another dead man.
Bingo.
Wolf Hunter perk.
Battles are won with fists, war with wits.
Heads up.
Hell yeah.
Another weapon card.
Hell yeah.
Raiders swim out here? Well, this is probably about to be really annoying.
What's the cause? Look out for eggs.
God, this sound is unpleasant. More like a something. You know what? This is the perfect time for this. Nope. This. Oh, he's running away. Where do you think you're going, fucker?
Got it.
Yeah, they're dead, Nick. Don't worry about it. What the hell is this?
Got it.
Hidden hideout?
Sweet. Nice. That's it.
But wait, there's more saves.
Yes.
Well, it's all gone. Can I just delete all of this? I can't. Wow, I need a lot still. I always need these things. Might as well fucking mark them all. I'm gonna repair this now. circuitry or aluminum. Certainly, there's got to be some aluminum somewhere on this island, right? We got 3 water here. Come on. Maybe on the last boat. Not like that. Aluminum. One circuitry, 2 aluminum. Well, that sucks. Man, that fucking sucks. Oh well. I'll come back here another time. I'm gonna swim out to where I gotta go now. Taking a shit. Oh, you guys were doing a lot more than that, huh? So far away. I love the laser my shotgun is on at all times. Hey, you got any aluminum over here? Got some circuitry. Now I just need the aluminum.
Sure don't make them like they used to.
Well, they sure do not. I don't think there's gonna be much of anything else. Why'd the fucking music just stop like that? That was weird. No! Requires key. Hello.
Hi. Greetings, Wastelander. I have kept my eye on you for some time.
Why?
I got your message. What do you want?
I am Gawani of the Brahminwood tribe. Our elder, Charon, tasked us to travel the wasteland and continue aiding the Brotherhood of Steel. I was about to set sail back to my home, but the sight and the spirits of the sacred Datura revealed you to me. You have been through many a pain, injustice, and strife, but have overcome and survived for longer than any living soul could imagine on this troubling plane of existence. You seek entry to the abandoned House of Faith. You seek a book that has both torn apart and united many. And above all, you seek to survive, while lending aid to your fellow man. For that, you are worthy of a sacred Datura. But first you must prepare yourself, both physically and spiritually.
Don't make me come back out here.
Okay. The man in the house, Pastor Kane, is dangerous. He has walked this earth since the nuclear energy rained down from the sky over 200 years ago. He was a crooked pastor, and now suffers a life worse than the lives he gave those he called his people. Radiation has poisoned his mind and body. He will defend what he believes is rightfully his. If he is left to exist on this plane, there is no telling what havoc he will wreak. That is why you must prove your worth by retrieving that book, so it can be put into the right hands.
What do I need to do?
You have come a long way. I am glad our paths have crossed. Being able to share the gift of the sight is truly a blessing in its purest form. For what you seek will be revealed to you by taking part of the ancient ritual passed down to me from the souls of Zion. Take this. It is the sacred Datura root. Crush it into the tea beside me, and you will enter the land of the Datura. There, you will face tribulation. But if your will proves more powerful, your destiny will be fulfilled.
Nah, what the hell? I'll try it.
Prepare yourself, Wastelander.
What the
The
hell?
sacred
I'll try
Datura
it.
root favors no living thing. It is only a gateway to reveal the path to one's
Who are you
destiny.
even looking at? Stop looking
I
at
shall
Heather.
return to my home.
Supposed to look at
If I
me.
do not see you again in this realm, remember this. He who fears, he will suffer. Already suffers. Because he fears.
Okay. If you say so. What the fuck? It's me. This is also me.
Excuse me. Hi.
Why is it death ball? Jimmy hats. Ah. What the fuck?
Can't pick this.
Does that mean I have to kill you? Let's keep everybody else alive. All I needed was wrath. For sure. Yeah. Back to the glowing sea for more radiation fun. I feel like the glowing sea should be worse than it is. Actually, I lied. 9 is pretty bad. Stuck. Nani? Tribal armor? He had a dog collar. Oh, pain. No, I hit one. There we go. Oh, it's just what he was wearing. Okay. Thanks for the cola.
Hello? What are you hiding? Hey.
Not much.
Got it.
Oh, and this one.
He had his storage key in his storage. But I want it. Oh. It is the Bible. Whoops, give me that back. Well, I don't want to get radiated again, so I'm just gonna... God, he was way up here? It was so much higher up than I remember. Who the fuck is that?
Hi. Yes.
The shooter.
Hi.
Well, I'll be. Glad to see the good Lord kept you safe. Got that book?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, here you go.
Hallelujah. You're all right, Slick. Thanks a mil. As promised, here's your caps. And take this here weapon as a tip. Served me well back when I was hunting ghouls in D.C. And may the good Lord continue to watch over and protect you in the wasteland.
Alright, he gave me the big iron. I have a lot of ammo for it. Looks nice. I'll fuck around with it for a little bit. I'm actually over the quest line. Back to something good that I know is not gonna have nudity. Apparently, whatever that quest line is, it's a little sketchy. North of the schoolhouse at Newton. Like this schoolhouse in Diamond City? That's not where I'm at. Yeah, okay. not let them get attacked. My game is not going to survive when I get here. There's going to be so much going on.
Oh, pity. Rad.
Oh, something that marked the enemies.
Is it just me, or was that too weak?
I can't see a fucking thing.
Order has
Is that it?
prevailed.
No, y'all are still fighting something.
Incoming!
We're up!
Did not die. Oh, hell no. No. Fuck no.
Wanted going to waste now, would we?
I'm not letting her fucking die. Over some bullshit. They're not supposed to die. Ah, fuck. Drop off my junk, which I should have done when I was just over there. Almost level 65.
Heard there was some trouble over at that Vault 81.
What's happened to you? Are you sick?
I wasn't sick, I was pregnant. That's why I went to see the doc. A month ago, I was taken by a raider gang, and my family paid the ransom. That's how it happened.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
I thought about it, you know? Keeping it. But raising a kid? Here? Now? It wouldn't be fair to anyone. Least of all him.
Okay then. Said noon, right? Yeah, alright. So what, she's put that, or whoever did this, put the letter in my mailbox, and it's just been coming over here every day until I'm here?
Do we have to get up? There you are. You're Lily's friend, right? I saw you during the funeral at the Atom Cat's garage. Thanks for showing up. I've got myself a little problem that needs fixin', and it needs done real quiet-like. There's a reputation on the line.
Can I have some details on this job?
Yeah, sure. I suppose I can tell you. Just keep this hush-hush. Once we're done, I never met you, if you know what I mean. You see, I had a scaver run off with a payment of mine for some dye fixer. He just took the money and ran as far as I can tell. Been a month now. Normally, I don't pay in advance. I'm the hardest business boots in the green zone, which is the reputation we're worried about here. But this guy was just getting started and had a sob story about being poor. So I paid up front, figuring I'd help him get his scavenging business going. So yeah, I broke one of my own rules of acquisition and it bit me in the ass. Never pay up front. The trick is, the FSD can't hear about me getting swindled. Or there goes my rep as the top merchant in the stubs and the rest of the green zone. And I've got a kid I've got to raise. Spending a few days to go out and find him isn't really a choice I have. So, here we are.
Sure, I can do that.
Excellent. You can't miss this guy. He's got a beard, he bought one of these scarves I'm wearing off me, and wears a leather jacket and hard hat. He was bragging about getting the okay to set up a stall in Bunker Hill. But that was a month ago. Dishonest traders tend not to stay put very long. If he's not in Bunker Hill, it's probably because he ripped someone off there, too, and wants to lay low. So, Good Neighbor would be the next place. As I said, this is about reputation. Get that scarf back, and you can keep the caps you beat out of him. Or fish off his dead corpse. Either way. Make sure the others see what happens when you fuck with the sheriff's department. Just don't tell anyone it was me he ripped off. I can't wait here for you. So I need you to mail the scarf to me in the stubs by dropping it in the mailbox at the entrance so I know the job's done. If you want in the green zone, it's only a matter of time until they ask me about you. Get me that scarf, I'll mention you're dependable. Okay?
Afternoon.
Sure, alright. Bunker Hill.
Worry.
I think we ought to talk Bunker Hill. What it lacks in personality, it makes up for in greed. No wonder it's such a success.
Is something the matter? You sound upset.
What? Oh, no. We've just been traveling a while now, and I figure there hasn't exactly been equitable distribution of information. I've gotten a decent glimpse into your dirty laundry, but you still don't really know a whole heck of a lot about me. I figured I'd offer to balance the board. So, anything you want to know?
So, who are you, Nick?
That's a question I've been trying to figure out myself for a long damn time. I know I'm a synth, authentic Institute handiwork, but I'm still mechanical, not bioengineered like the fancy synths giving everyone the willies these days. I get tune-ups now instead of checkups. My memories, my personality, they're all lifted from some cop who volunteered for an experiment back before the war. They scanned his brain and copied it onto the hardware that runs between my ears. Don't know why they chose to make a robot based on some pre-war cop instead of a math genius or a bioengineer. Hey, maybe that's why the Institute tossed me in the garbage instead of turning me into one of their people snatchers.
That's terrible. They really just threw you away?
Sure did. It was quite the rude awakening. I remember waking up one day in a garbage heap, a body in tatters and a head full of memories belonging to a man who'd been dead for 200 years. Suffice to say, it was a confusing couple of weeks. Folks didn't really know much about synths back then, so when I finally ran into people, they mostly treated me with caution rather than hostility. But the kids, they weren't afraid. I think his name was Jim. The first person to actually speak to me after I got the boot from the Institute. My first human contact in this world. Grilled me for an hour. Once they'd seen I wasn't going to hurt anyone, the other folks in the neighborhood came out to ogle the mechanical man. It eventually turned into a pretty swell soiree. A local mechanic even gave me a once-over, free of charge. Those people, they treated me like a human being. I've been trying to return the favor ever since. It's a surprisingly rare trait out here sometimes. It's something I've noticed you got a fondness for. Part of the reason I've stuck around this long.
If you're good to people, they'll be good back. That's something I've always believed.
Couldn't agree more. Well, I expect you're about as bored as can be listening to me rattle my skeletons. We should probably head out.
Yeah, I didn't want to head out. So I need to stay here.
I hope you like listening to whining.
We've been here, Heather. Why did that just happen? How far is that? Fucking quite. Go check out the lighthouse. Oh, I remember this place. I'm pretty sure it was Heather. Why the fuck was she all the way over here?
Yeah, that's right, not so... Whoa, easy, buddy. Stay back. Who are you and what the fuck do you want?
Take it easy. What's going on here?
This is my uncle, Bob. Bob. From the, he out of town. He came for my bar mitzvah, yeah. He had a sudden heart attack while walking here. And I'm here to help. Yeah? Maybe?
Enough. Time to die.
Holy shit! Look over there! It's a giant blimp filled with assholes and vertibirds!
That's behind you.
Huh? We win again.
Kill, 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 kill. That's what that just said. Yeah. Oh, yeah. explosions. Although it isn't fast. There we go. Now he'll die. Yeah.
You look like a counter to black wheels.
It won't let me in. You're supposed to be able to get in that way. Set off that. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's on the outside or not. Oh, it's right here.
Heard there was some trouble over at Vault 81. Something about a quarantine?
I say HOA.
Yes.
Oh my god, it does.
Remember the big anti-litter pushes back before the war?
I write some
They
fiction
had to
too.
explode
Maybe
if they
someday
saw
I'll show you my novel.
You keep that synth freak at arm's length. You understand me?
Hey, you shut the fuck up, Nick. Hey. I will come see her in the morning. Okay, I don't need the glass bottles to be highlighted. Pretty sure it's a bomb collar on the teddy bear.
Hello, I'm glad you came by. I sent you a letter to come see me. Whether or not you read it, you're here now. We have a very important mission, and we need someone who is reliable to do it. We need a very specific piece of pre-war analytical technology. You're the most reliable person I can think of aside from You're the best I can think of who might be available. Interested?
Of course, I'll help.
I'm very relieved to hear that. Now, I know I've told you items were heavy before, but that was nothing compared to a GCMS setup. To make matters worse, I have no idea where to find one, just where to start looking. This is a research-grade piece of analytical lab equipment. Pre-war, they would be found in forensic, chemistry, biology, metrology, and university labs, or they may have outsourced and there's nothing there. Basically, if you wanted to know the precise elemental composition of a substance, you'd need one of these. I'll transfer the data about regional research labs from my Pip-Boy to yours. That way you'll have some starting points for the search.
Playing Fast Travel Simulator, just like Starfield. What is in here?
Yes.
That's rubber. Shut that off.
I got the chills. This must be the blade.
He died looking like he's
Think we'll
having a
find
good time.
anything useful in this dump?
Talk about collecting
Probably not.
dust.
I don't know why I assumed it would be functioning.
That's it.
You say something?
Nope. In all honesty, I don't need
Excuse me.
either.
What's on your mind?
I'm not gonna do your quest line. I want.
Never mind, actually.
I was done talking anyway.
Uh-huh.
So, this is what 2 centuries without a good dusting looks like.
Hey,
What's on your mind?
anything you want to talk?
There's something
Sure.
You see, when someone
Uh-huh.
for my own sanity.
Why don't you tell me what happened?
The last day, you see,
Right.
my unit got called.
Uh-huh.
But before
Skipping
my
her
appointment
dialogue
wasn't.
'cause I'm not
But
doing your
afterward,
quest
had a
line.
late dinner. After
Uh-huh.
next thing up.
Mm-hmm. Do you have it?
No, that's
Because I know where
That-
it goes, and I don't
will you
want
help?
to destroy the Brotherhood or Liberty Prime, so I'm not using her.
Maybe later.
fair enough.
Uh-huh. Hey,
What's on your mind?
I want you to leave.
got any work?
There's something personal.
Sure.
You see, when
Uh-huh.
someone kidnapped me and brought me for my own.
Oh my god, it's gonna.
Give me the details.
The last, you see, my but after had a late after that.
Ugh. Do you have any more details?
No, all, and just before being abducted, that I'm hoping. Will you help me?
Ugh. I don't see why not.
I appreciate.
Uh-huh.
Can I really not get rid of her?
Hi.
What's the plan?
Can I talk to you?
Sure. What's on your mind?
There we go.
I think I need to...
I hope we bump into each.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. I know where that's at, because I've already been there.
Stay back.
Made us again.
Oh, cool. Yeah, like I said, her quest line ends up trying to destroy Liberty Prime and shit, and I don't want to do that.
So, this is what 2 centuries without a good dusting looks like.
Nice.
Without a good dusting? Yeah. Something like this. Okay, back to the guy's toilet. Which means now I can go back to the left field diner. I should have just gone into the greenhouse. I forget that's an option.
Good day to you.
Is it?
You're back. Please tell me you have the GCMS.
Yep.
Here it is.
Great work. Let's see, we got the traps, the oven, the injector. There's the capillary columns. They're all in excellent condition as well. Good thing they left the assembly properly shut and sealed. You've got the mass spectrometer itself, right?
Here it is.
Wow, that looks just like the pre-war catalog. Give me just a little time to inspect this, make sure everything we need is there or can be repaired. Looks like all the seals and connections are intact at first glance. The detector itself has no moving parts. This might just work for us. So that's really it, isn't it? This is a big relief. I have to admit, I didn't think the chances were very good, but it was too important not to try. It's going to take a lot of work to get this thing running, but it's definitely possible. I'll need to consult Professor Scara for help on this one. But for now, I've got a large bag of caps for you right here. I'll make sure the sheriff knows it was you who pulled this off.
A large.
I apologize again for not being able to tell you anything about it. Maybe someday, depending on the results I get. In the meantime, while you were out, I saw the mailman come by again and drop off a letter for you. You're pretty popular lately.
1,500 caps for that? Alright.
Hello there. Good day to you.
My mail. I would love to, except for not today. But I'm done. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. Helps me out. Goodbye.